Historic, hypnotic, handsome, hairy, hot, horny, hair-raising, heart-wrenching, homosexual horror story, and thankfully not produced by Ryan Murphy. I try not to learn too much about a movie before I watch it, because I want the full emotional effect. Bit of an emotion junkie. I didn't know anything about Dance of the 41, but I certainly wasn't expecting a true gay romance that defied and defined Mexican culture. Set in 1901, Dance of 41 is a true story of forbidden love, much like Wilde, which was set just 6 years prior, and tells the story of Oscar Wilde's arrest and persecution at the age of 39 for sodomy in England. He was dead by 1900 at 46 years old, or like the Imitation Game, another true story of gay persecution, this time about Alan Turing, a homosexual who broke the Enigma code that helped defeat the Nazis. England sterilized him, and he was dead by the age of 42. So how does Dance of the 41 compare to these other true stories of forbidden gay love during a time of violent oppression? Dance of the 41 begins in the months leading up to a night in November of 1901 in Mexico City when 41 members of the LGBTQ were arrested following an illegal police raid on their private parties celebrating their pride. Police say they found, shockingly enough, the queers dancing with each other, many in drag, and they say subsequently arrested them for offense to morals and good manners. 41 members of the gay social club were arrested, but there were 42 there. Ignacio de la Torre is the rumored 42nd person arrested at the party, but he was not charged because he was son-in-law to the president of Mexico. Dance of the 41 is his story. We first meet Ignacio as he's marrying the daughter of the president to further his political ambitions. He is a very driven man and a savvy politician, and his life seems to be going exactly as planned. He's able to control and contain his homosexual urges as a member of a secret group of gays, bisexuals, transgenders, and queers that meet regularly for tea parties and super hot group sex. But as fate would have it, Ignacio meets Evaristo, and something Ignacio did not plan happens. Ignacio falls in love, and Evaristo falls in love with him, and let me tell you folks, their sex scenes are sensual. Soon enough, they are inseparable lovers, sneaking away every chance they get. Their relationship becomes so serious that Ignacio invites Evaristo into the secret group. The initiation turns into an orgy, and what we witness is that Ignacio and Evaristo's attraction is not merely based in lust. Their intimacy is deeper than the sexual carnage around them, and shortly after they make love, they plan to elope the night of the Dance of the 41 to escape the crushing oppression. But in the weeks prior to their elopement, something dark happens to Ignacio. Because of his forbidden love, he becomes intolerant of his wife and cruel to her, and it is his lack of empathy that triggers the raid on the Dance of the 41. Even though I knew this story was a tragedy, I didn't know any specific details, so I won't reveal too much here. I truly want you to experience the film as firsthand as possible. I'll just say I hoped that despite the tragedy unfolding around them, that Ignacio and Evaristo might still escape. So how does the film compare to the true forbidden gay stories of the past? Dance of the 41 should be seen just like Wilde, which I did not adore, mostly because of Jude Law's obnoxious performance, but I'm going to try again, and The Imitation Game, which I adored more. I found both to be emotionally distant, even though they were dealing with oppression. Dance of the 41 is far more effective than both Wilde and The Imitation Game. Dance of the 41 hit me hard emotionally, and I could imagine myself easily as one of the 41. The final beats of the film are painfully exquisite. Dance of the 41 is beautifully directed by David Pablos with an elegant screenplay by Monica Revilla that juggles marital melodrama, queer romance, and politics. And on the whole, I love what they've done. My main issue with the film is with our protagonist. He's dreadful to his wife. His wife could seemingly have become an ally, but instead he turns her into a sinister shrew. Pablos, the director, acknowledged that Ignacio is a character with many faults and he does things that are questionable. He says that Ignacio starts as a victim of oppression, stops being one, and becomes a victimizer. And by consequence, in my opinion, based on what we're given here, Ignacio causes the raid that ruins the lives of 41. It is Ignacio's character deviation into victimizer that made it truly hard for me to root for him. I could see shades of Kate Chopin's The Awakening in Ignacio's wife's story. But Alfonso Herrera, Sense8, one of my favorite series of all time, delivers a truly sympathetic performance as Ignacio is slowly being twisted by his forbidden love. Herrera is definitely not a hard actor to watch, and his wife, Amelia Diaz, played by Maybelle Cadena, reveals a remarkable transition from doe-eyed newlywed to a merciless judge. Cadena is captivating throughout the film, without becoming pathetic. Even though she is a woman stripped of her agency by a man that married her for his career. In a sense, both of them are trapped by social and political mores of their time. He is a homosexual and she is a biracial woman. Both are bold characters, so neither responds well to a cage. The entire cast is super talented, but the standout for me is Emiliano Zurita as Evaristo. I fell in love instantly, and Zurita's performance brings out the goodness we need to see in Ignacio. Without a doubt, Emiliano Zurita enhanced the film's emotional resonance. And how could you hate the man this guy loves? The final scenes are heart-wrenching, specifically because of Zurita's understated, mesmerizing performance. In conclusion, director David Pablos and writer Monica Revilla have uncovered one of the most important stories of 19th century queer history and transformed it into a lush, titillating, emotionally truthful drama that will also enlighten. Dance of the 41 easily stands alongside my favorite historical dramas, so I'll give it 4 stars. I do love period drama, but this one is personal and it's shocking. And even though it is a true story, I did not see the emotional wall coming, and I don't think you will either. It took me all together by surprise, as did Dance of the 41. I am so thankful so much money, time, and care was taken in telling one of the most painful stories of our collective LGBTQ past. Dance of the 41 is playing on Netflix. Definitely check it out. And it's only an hour and a half long. Genius, definitely worth your time. All right, y'all, until next time, remember, living well is the best revenge.